the standpoint of negotiating the rate, we're going to assume that you already have done all that. You already know your bottom line rate. Negotiating the rate, if the rate, like on the load board, like one of the two big ones, data or truck stop, if there's not already a rate there, given the fact, let's just pretend that the town it's saying it's picking up at and the town it's delivering to is correct. A lot of times it's not. But let's just pretend, for the sake of argument for this video, that it is correct. Generally speaking, before you even call, punch it in, find out the general miles. You already know your rate. You know the city that it's going to. You know kind of what the freight is like coming out of there. And if you don't, punch it up, find out. But all right, you know all this stuff. You know what the rates are coming back out of the city that you're looking at. First thing you want to look at is there's any tolls going in there. You want, how many days is the load gonna be? You know, is it a 2-day run? Can you do it in 2 days, but they're giving you 4 days? So you're gonna have to compensate for that. Some markets, you know, aren't going to allow for you to raise the rate too high. So you're gonna have to know that. But you can look at the average in the last 30-day average. This lane paid this much. So you'll get a feel there. You want to be the one to drop the rate first, to drop your rate. You're better going higher than lower for the fact that broker is going to try and bring you down. Tolls. Know how much the toll's going to be, because they're going to say, well, why so dang high? Okay, this run is a 2-day run, and we got 4 days. You got 4 days tying my equipment up. It's going to be $30 in tolls. It's driver assist, or you know, what have you. These are just a number of things that we use. Another thing is it picks up in the morning, but on the 4th day, it's actually going to be 5 days, because it don't deliver until real late. So there you go on that. You're not going to be able to pick anything up till the following day. And in some cases, you really don't know when it's, you know, when this stuff is going to unload, a lot of times with some of these shippers or receivers. So you're really hard pressed whether you can book another load. Sometimes we do book another load, you know, hoping. When we do that, it's we've hauled these loads before, so we kind of know. It's when you haven't hauled them before, when you really don't know. But as far as you putting the number out for the load, now you've created that anchor point. Some people say, well, you've put the number too low. If your house bills and your truck bills are equivalent to $1.40, $1.45 a mile, and then you've added 8 to 10 cents extra, for maintenance around the house, water heater, car, whatever, per mile. Plus, you've added 15 cents a mile for maintenance and repairs and stuff for your truck side. Now you're up 26 cents. So now you're what, $1.65. And if you're shooting at $2 a mile, a lot of times, and $2 a mile is a decent rate to be shooting for, because then that's even more profit on top of what you're already doing. And if you're shooting for 208, 210, 220, 280, so if they're bringing you down 20 or 30 cents, and your bottom dollar is $1.65, and that's already putting in a cushion for your maintenance for house and truck, you're doing all right. You're doing good. Are you going to get them all, every one of these loads that you're shooting high? No, because there's still going to be them guys out there that are lowballing just a minute bit above what their bottom line is. There's guys out here at $1.20, $1.30, and they aren't figuring in. And I've talked to a lot of them. They aren't figuring in a cushion for maintenance and stuff like that, and putting it back into a savings. You're going to lose the loads. You're going to lose some. You're going to book some loads. Prime example, we booked one with TQL when we got this load. They said it fell through. Well, that very same load that fell through was also posted by another broker that posted the load less than what TQL did. I know that's far and few between, but that's fact. And we asked for even more. Signed Raycon, everything. 20 minutes after, sent an email, load fell through. Load didn't fall through. The other broker booked it for less money, which, that's the name of the game. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do about it. Now, if we was already en route for that load, if it would have been 3, 4, 5 hours or so, we would have gotten and pushed for a Tanya, truck order not used. But just because when you're booking these loads, and let's say it's a $3,000 load, everybody else for that same deal is around $2,000. Be leery, run a credit check, because the odds are it's either got a whole bunch of stops on it, or their credit's bad. Just because they say $3,000 doesn't mean you're going to get that $3,000. You deliver the load, they say, "Oh, send us the bills." So you scan them the bills, and then you never hear another word out of them. And filing on their bond, it sounds good, but you may not get the whole amount by filing on their bond. Yeah, you can file on their bond. It's a pain in the butt, but if it sounds too good to be true, 9 times out of 10 it is. So just make sure that you protect your own ass. They may be a reputable company. Now, not every one of them that puts a load out there that's $1,000 over the normal rates are bad companies. Somebody else could have booked that load and then last minute had a breakdown or something, couldn't go pick it up. Those are the loads that are going to be good, and you're going to look like the hero, and you're going to put extra money in your pocket. So there's a bunch of different variables in there, but watch yourself and negotiate the hell out of it. And if they say, oh, you're too high, all right, start that. That's why it's called negotiating. Do everything you can to get as much as you can. The broker's no different than us. They're out here to make money. Yeah, your expenses may be a lot higher than what a broker's is. But we can't be concerned about the broker's expenses, and the broker, he's not going to be concerned about our expenses. But we have to put it out there, like our deadhead. And they're notorious for saying that we don't pay deadhead. Your first comeback, and you need to be quick on your feet. You need to come right out and tell them somebody's got to pay the deadhead. Doesn't matter who it is. Deadhead, nothing is for free. Nothing's free. Your work is not free. Pay attention to detentions. They're going to try and say, oh, it's 4 hours or 3 hours. No. We push 2 hours on everything. Negotiate. Tolls, make sure you throw that stuff out there, and kind of know a general price, because a lot of these that you're going to run these areas quite a bit. If you're new, get those apps or a tablet where you can punch in your route, and it'll give you a general price or a price for the tolls on that route. That way you can use that as a tool for negotiating your rate. We had 2 loads fall through when we got this load. One of them was, I can't remember who the broker was, but it was an Amazon grocery load going to Texas. 2 stops. They wanted, they called it a driver assist. But in my world, if the driver gets handed a pallet jack and the driver's got to unload all those pallets to the dock, that's not a driver assist. That's a driver unload. A driver assist is when they pull it off and you got to take like a layer off of each pallet. That's a driver assist to me. Yeah, you got to lump a few boxes, but one layer, and they were only wanting to pay $50 per stop, and they were going for it. It was like $2,600. We was pushing for $28 and $100 a stop, and they were going for it, but another broker took it. It is what it is. You're going to lose some, but stand your ground, to an extent where, would we have taken it for 26 or 27? We would have taken it for 27, and I would have done it for 150 driver assist for both, $75 a pop, for each driver deal. But it takes time and watch. And another thing, like this one here, the little woman, she had so much stuff going on. When the rate con come in, she signed it. She looked at the rate, but she forgot to recheck the pickup point and the delivery point. Well, they said everything was Omaha. Picked up in Omaha, went to Laredo. Well, it was actually not Omaha, it was Fremont, Nebraska, which it's not much difference. So it's little things like that. And before you sign it, look at everything. Because the Raycon could have stuff added to it or subtracted from it, you know, stuff you wanted, and they said it was on the Raycon, but actually it's not. So before signing it, make sure everything that's supposed to be there is there, and the stuff that you don't want there isn't there. Now, some of that stuff you're not going to be able to do anything about. Some of it you can. So pay attention to all that. Now, some of you guys, you're leased to a company that takes care of the back office stuff, the signing of the Raycons and stuff like that. But you guys that are, and you find your own load, you guys that are, in my experience, I was leased to one that done that, and when those Raycons were sent, they were sent to us and to the company we was leased to. So we looked it over, and they signed it. And after they signed it, the company we was leased to, they sent it back to the broker and to us all at the same time. So we have our paper. And we did that because the leasing company, they really don't much care. As long as they get their percentage, they don't care. A lot of your accessorials, like detention and lumper and stuff like that, layover, they don't get a part of, so they don't care. So you want that Raycon with you so you can be calling the broker and making regular calls to make sure you get paid that money. So I hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Y'all have a good day.